All right, guys, so back in the shop. This morning I pulled the seats out so I could get in there, kind of get some seam sealer laid up on the inside and underneath of where the floor pans were, just to be 100% sealed up there. I'm kind of working back here. I want to get some filler laid on stuff. The original trunk lid has some rust holes there. So there's this one, but we got a big old dent there, and then some nice shipping damage. You can see there. Same thing on that corner, and then a good one right there. Yeah, classy. So very much in debate right now of if it's easier for me to straighten all this one out and use it or fix this one. Another thing that's going to be a big pain in the butt is all of this paint, I'm fairly certain, is just single stage. So it was originally yellow, then it got shot red, and then it got shot this blue. And if we don't go past that, then we're going to have some major paint reaction issues. So not looking forward to that. But basically, I'm just going to sit here and plug away at this trunk, one or the other, and see what I can get figured out on that. Yeah. An off-topic build. Andrew got the seats cut back out that were welded in from the Colorado trip. So still waiting for a buddy to come pull the sleeper, because then I can start grafting the rear in. The starter on this actually broke while it was here. I went out there to start it one day. It wouldn't start, and it turns out that the whole snout of the starter there broke off the other way and wedged itself on in there. But got a new one in, and it fired right up after priming it a little bit, and so that's back on track. So this has a whole slew of stuff: electrical and doghouse seats, getting the back cab grafted in, getting the sleeper off, extending the bed forward, finishing out the bed. Like I said, if you guys watched the Colorado video, you saw a lot of the stuff that we had already known out there. I mean, a lot of the stuff was held in with 1 or 2 bolts at most, and then the electrical, we just completely hack job ran it just for the sake of getting back, so it's going to get all taken out and actually gone through the right way, and then assess if it'll get bodywork and paint or not. But so that's going on in this bay. This is going on in this bay, and that's just taking up space. So we'll get you set up and keep on trucking. Okay, guys, so a little update here. One of the doors, it'd actually be the driver's door, that front lip was tweaked similar to the deck lid there, just how it was kind of folded in just a little bit from about there to there. I just kind of bent it back up a little bit of hammer dolly work there, and then, you know, working my filler out. Block sanding. I got the dents on that kind of taken care of. Block sanded. This one back here, there's 2 tiny low spots that just went up and up. So I just did another thin coat there. I've got a round sticky, so it's hard to do. Round one there for getting in this area. So just using that right there. I think there was one small, yeah, right there. I don't even know if you can see it at the right angles, maybe. There you go. Rust bubble there kind of pushing through. So that spot is going to have to get taken care of as well, obviously. And then there's just a lot of piddly, you know, pull stuff off and sand. Get it all taken out. And then some light filler spots. Yeah, you see how much this freaking paint is just chipping everywhere. The whole roof is all chipping. Has been painted multiple times. It was originally yellow. Have the I'm drawing a blank. The tag, body tag on it that talks about, you know, color. It says yellow right on it. It was also red at one point, and now it's this dark blue, I think it is. And I'm fairly confident we've got to go back down to bare steel on this. So my plan is, today's Friday, I want to Monday grab some primer. And I'm going to talk to the paint guys because Christian and I have always been told run epoxy if it's bare steel or filler, and then 2K over top of that. So I'm going to talk to them and see if that's the case. Because if so, I'll grab epoxy primer and 2K primer. If that's not the case and I can just run 2K, then I will just run 2K. High build primer that we sand down like all the other builds there. But I want to get that as soon as possible. That way, more or less, you know, say Monday the hood gets sanded down to, actually this is a new panel, but whatever. If something gets sanded down to bare steel, I can just shoot it in primer that day before we leave. That way it's not going to flash rust or have to worry about any of that garbage. So it's kind of a little less ideal than I'd like, because I like just shooting everything all at once. But for the sake of this thing, most likely needing to go down to bare steel just to really cover my butt. Years back, I had that 36 Ford that the paint reacted on because it turns out it was shot with a single stage, even though the guy told me it was base clear. And I shot over it, and it just reacted horribly with our primer. Even the square body, the white one, had a couple spots that reacted, and I had to redo just because the paint that we were shooting over top of reacted. So I don't want that to happen, especially on this car. So we're going to end up most likely just taking everything down to bare steel. And even like this fender over here, this one's going to go on instead of the other one because this one's really straight. The other one has a couple holes in it from somebody screwing into it and trying to do a dent puller with it. And then it's got a couple dents as well. This one is good, with the exception of you can see that it's been repainted multiple times. And I'm terrified that I'm going to shoot over it and it's going to react. So that one, Andrew had sanded yesterday when I was out running around. Yeah, here's some of those spots I'm talking about. Some dents and whatnot. It's just going to be easier to use the other one. But anyways, Andrew had sanded that while I was out doing some running around. And he's like, oh, it's ready. And then I was like, no, we're going to keep going at it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I showed the interior earlier. And yeah, I don't think anything else is different other than just kind of plucking away at some of these body filler spots just because that stuff's got to dry and sand and dry and sand and all that garbage. So I want to get a lot of that stuff knocked out before worrying too much about the sanding, especially because, like I said, I'd like to get that stuff shot once it's bare metal. But the new deck lid is on there just for fitment and easeability of sanding and everything. But honestly, with zero attempt at adjusting anything, it actually fits very decent. And I'm really surprised by that because this is, you know, an aftermarket deck lid and they usually fit like crap. But I mean, these things can really adjust, and I did zero adjustment on it. So I'm pretty pretty confident once that's actually shot that that'll actually look really decent. Doors, on the other hand, I don't know, and I'm kind of worried about that. A lot of those aftermarket doors just fit like trash, and I don't know where... Oh, wait. Most of the boxes are CJ Pony, so you might have gotten the doors from CJ Pony, but I'm pretty sure they're all manufactured by the same company. They just sell through different people, but a little bit worried, but we'll find out. So the doors are going to get shot as a bare shell, and then, you know, take these out, gut everything out of them, and put them over after they're shot, which is also nerve-wracking because then you've got fresh painted doors that you gotta be very careful about scratching. But yeah, there's where we're at, guys. I'm pretty sure I have a sinus infection and an ear infection, so I'm going to the doctor today to get that checked out. So it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter day, and you know, he won't have anything tomorrow or Sunday, but just trying to keep you guys updated. We'll let that dry and keep on plucking away at things. Okay, guys, so taillights are out, fender extensions off, rear bumpers off, trunk lid is off. The new one, so the old one that had the rot, I didn't even bother with it. It's actually the new one that got the work. It's done over there on the frame rack. This door is good now. Everything's good and straight. The passenger door didn't have any issues, so that's good at least. But down here is going to be a fun little bit there. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And they've got probably a ½ inch filler there. Walking around out front here, not on cam. Cowl pulled, hood scuffed, grills pulled, hood trims pulled, and just lip off now. Oh, okay. I thought you were doing the bumper. So that stuff's coming up. Off to do the bumper. Oh, jeez. So that's currently where it's at. I've got to get up to that doctor's appointment. So that's going to be it for me for today. I think Andrew is going to pluck away a little at it. We'll see Monday when we get back down what the plan is, but we're going to look into how to remove this paint faster than an 80 grit. I was going to call the paint supply guys and see if like a paint stripper would be okay to use or if there's potential issues. So there we'll have it.